Dear students, today's video is on grammar. On Thursdays, I make videos either on grammar or vocabulary. To see the vocabulary videos and grammar topics that I did earlier, you can visit my channel Excellence the Ideal Class or my Facebook page with the same name. Now coming to today's video, the topic for today is degrees of comparison. So, there are 3 degrees of comparison. The first is the positive degree. It is used when we are talking about just one thing or person and we are not comparing it with anyone. The next is the comparative degree. It is used to compare two things and we always use then with a with this degree. And the last is the superlative degree, which we use when we have to compare 3 or more things. We always use the. Let us see some words. Good, better, best. Now good is used when we are talking about just one thing. This book is good. Better is used when we are comparing two things. This book is better than that one. We are talking about 2 books. Now we are talking about 3 or more books. This is the best book of the library. Bad, worse, worst. We are talking about just one day. The weather today is bad. Now we are talking about 2 days. The weather today is worse than yesterday. Now we are talking about more days. This is the worst weather day of the month. Many, much, more, most. Many is used for things that can be counted. Pencils, books, chairs, children. And much is used for things that we can measure. Interest, time. But their comparative and superlative degree is the same. More, most. For example, one child. Rahul has many toys. Now we are talking about 2 boys. Rahul has more toys than Rohan. In the same way, I have much free time. We are talking about one person. I have more free time than you. So their comparative and superlative degrees are same. Little, less, lesser. The comparative degree can be less, lesser both, and least. This is used for the things we can measure. I have less interest in football. I have lesser interest in cricket than football. Now I am talking about 2 things. I have the least interest in badminton among all games. Low, lower, lowest. This is used for the things we can count. Her marks are low. Her marks are lower than Priya. Her marks are the lowest in the class. Now, when we write comparative degree, there are some words where instead of then we use to. Prefer. I prefer hockey to cricket. Elder. She is elder to me. Senior, junior. He was junior to me in the college. I was senior to him in the college. Superior, inferior. Everyone in the world is equal. I'm not superior. I'm not inferior to you. You are not superior to me. So these are comparative degree words, but we use to instead of then. Next point. There are 2 ways to write comparative degree. Traveling today is easier than past, or traveling today is more easy than past. So instead of easier, you can also write more easy, because more is also a comparative degree word. So you can say heavier or more heavy, but you can't say more heavier, either heavier or more heavy. Another point, sometimes when we are comparing 2 things and we want to emphasize on the put emphasis on the comparison, there are some words we use. Much, a lot, far. Far here means much, slightly, a little bit, etc. Traveling today is much easier than past. So we want to say traveling is easier. But how much easier? Much easier. So we want to put more stress on the comparison. In the same way, there is another sentence. Advantages are far greater than the disadvantages. So we want to tell advantages are more, but they are much more. So we have used the word far, or you can also say much greater than the disadvantages. And the next point is Sometimes in comparative degree, we make sentences using the to show the relationship between two things. The more we depend on technology, the lazier we become. More is a comparative degree word, and in the same way, lazier is a comparative degree word. Like, the harder you work, the greater are the chances of success. Let us see how to use these degrees in charts. So there is a chart showing profit of 4 companies, and we want to write out of all these 4 companies, the highest profit was of D. Now we are comparing more than 3 things, superlative degree. D earned the highest profit among all. In the end we write among all. In the same way, if we want to write out of the 4 companies, the lowest profit was of A. A earned the lowest profit among all. There is another way to write it. D earned higher profit than others. Now the words are than others. A earned lower profit than others. Because here what we have done is we have made 2 groups. In one group we have put D, in other A, B and C. Now when we are comparing 2 groups, it is the comparative degree. In the same way, in one group we have put A and in the other B, C and D. Now when we are comparing 2 groups, then we are using comparative degree. So meaning is same. D earned highest profit, D earned more profit. But here, because we have used comparative degree, so the words have changed. Earned higher profit than others. Students, I hope that you find today's video useful and informative, because it is very important to learn the right usage of degrees of comparison, so that when you are talking about things where you are comparing something, you are able to make sentences in a correct way. Especially in your charts, many students make lot of mistakes. So I hope you have got some clarity how to use these 3 degrees of comparison in a proper way. And in case you want to prepare well for your IELTS exam, you can join my class. I have given my contact number at the beginning. You can also subscribe my channel. All the very best for your exam preparation. Thank you very much.